that in the real situation.
I didn't know you guys were touching. I would have. No, that's fine. Do you need anything?
There you go, three.
You can have mine. This is what we want to see.
Of the town as well. So we've been pretty extraordinary in town here to have the Seymour Heritage Railway. Thank you all for coming today and inviting me along. It's always a deep privilege to have this position and to share in your stories. And I'm excited to work with the Seymour Heritage Railway line at the moment, working on a little bit more of a tourism investment and opportunities throughout the northeast, but starting here in Seymour and integrating this amazing line with the locomotives we have just over the road. So thank you for having me today, and hopefully this is the start of another prosperous 150 years for our amazing railway line.
We gather here to commemorate the significant event, not just marking the passage of time, but also honouring the legacy of progress, connectivity and community that the railway line represents. In August 1872, marked the opening of the railway from Essendon to Seymour after achieving major feats, infrastructure feats. And of course that was navigating across the Great Dividing Range and then the Goulburn River. So quite an achievement back in 1872. From there the railway progressively opened through to Wodonga, and it arrived there in November 1873. Marking the beginning of a new era for the region. Obviously it brought people closer, enabled the exchange of ideas and cultures and all the benefits that we know would come with that. Today, as we reflect on this remarkable journey, we acknowledge the visionaries and the pioneers who laid the foundation of this railway system that's become such an integral part of our life. The Railway Heritage Centre has played a pivotal role in preserving this history, and we're forever grateful to them and to the volunteers that share their knowledge, their skills on fixing things up that didn't work and getting them to work, and sharing that with us. That is so important, so thank you to everyone involved in that. Their dedication to the restoration and preservation is just inspirational. Through their efforts, we can relive this golden age of travel. An era when journeys were not just about reaching a destination, but experiencing the elegance along the way. Our railway system will continue to be an integral part of our communities, fostering connections and driving growth. I'd also like to extend my gratitude to everyone involved in organising this event. These things don't just happen. There's a lot of work that goes on. Shared heritage, a source of inspiration to come. And let's see what the next 150 years bring. But thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of the day. I'm very privileged. Thank you.
It's interesting, I think, to think about the fact that the connection of Melbourne to and Seymour by rail might never have happened. The first railway in Victoria, of course, to penetrate into inland Victoria was the Bendigo line, and the enormous cost that involved in expenditure for the state, because the line was built to what was then believed to be an over grandiose scheme and limit and size of the project. It scared everybody off from trying to think about another crossing of the Great Divide. So it came about that when agitation for a railway to northeast Victoria first started, consideration was given to beginning the railway somewhere over north of the divide on the Bendigo line and cutting across central Victoria to head into the northeastern pastoral lands and goldfields, because it was just going to be too expensive to build a railway through the difficult country from between Wallen and Kilmore East. But eventually a suitable route was surveyed through the Kilmore Gap, and the line was constructed as an extension of the existing Melbourne to Essendon Railway. And whilst waiting completion of the bridge over the Goulburn River, the line was ceremoniously opened to Dysart, or what was then called Schoolhouse Lane, south of the river, in April 1873, and it arrived here in Seymour in September of 1872. And there was a ceremony here, and a second ceremony here in Seymour on September the 26th celebrated the opening of the goods shed. Then as the railway was progressively extended northwards to first Longwood and then Violettown, Benalla, Wangaratta and Wodonga, and ultimately Albury, Seymour became a major railway centre with a pivotal role in the functioning of the Melbourne to Sydney interstate rail route. In 1937, Seymour's locomotive depot became the home depot of the 4 streamlined locomotives that hauled the famous Spirit of Progress and the Albury Express train. And the importance and high profile that the railways had in Seymour can be gauged from the fact that these houses at Seymour High School, Henty, Latrobe, Mitchell and Flinders, were named not after figures of history, but after those 4 locomotives. We like to make sure that people understand that. Henty, Flinders, Latrobe and Mitchell were the 4 locomotives that operated the Spirit of Progress and was truly became a railway town, with the railway as by far the biggest employer, with staff engaged, several hundred staff engaged in a high number of specialist railway tasks. It was the administration and operations headquarter for the Seymour Railway District, which extended to Craigieburn in the south and northwards to embrace all of the Dolben Valley and northeast lines, including the line to Oaklands in New South Wales. And it remained the district headquarters until 1980. So as we celebrate the sesquicentenary of the beginnings of what was to become the North East Railway, we honour not only the labours of its builders, but also the contribution of the army of railway men and women who have lived and worked in our community over the past 150 years.
Oh, yeah. I'll be back. Yeah.
It's not inside. Yeah, you got a hat. Oh, that's not wrong.
No, that's not. So the construction, the signage.